Father's Day, Fabrication Nation. I just wanted to do a quick video to let you know how I fared this Father's Day, and I did pretty good. My family was good to me, and I'm really excited about what I have here to show you. I've been wanting one of these for a long time. I just never wanted to spend the money. So I'll show you what this is, and then we'll test it out. I opened it, but I haven't even got to use it at this point. So I'm real excited to see how this thing works. I hope it lives up to the hype. If so, it'll be very beneficial to me here in this shop. I think it'll be beneficial for you guys out there as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I got a new pair of gloves, welding gloves. And not only did I get one pair, but I got two pair, because you just can't have enough welding gloves around. So a little bit about the gloves. This is a size large, and they are Miller MIG welding gloves. So on the sticker here, it says heavy duty stick/MIG welding gloves. All right, and these are very, very thick. They're very well built. They seem to be very well put together. And I'll just go through and read to you some of the specs on here. So it says, designed for heavy-duty MIG and stick welding applications. It has an exclusive three-dimensional pattern that precisely matches the shape of the hand to provide unprecedented comfort and performance. That sounds like a sales pitch there. It is strategically placed patches on the palm and back for extended glove life. So what they're talking about there is this blue patch right here. So you've got your welded glove, and then you have this blue patch as well. And then on the palm side, you can see the patches that they have in place also. One straight up and down the middle, and then one off to the side here. And that's probably because they have seen over time that these are high wear, high use areas. So they went ahead and double padded these areas. Also, this patch here would reflect more heat off the back of the palm. As you're MIG welding, your palm usually is facing the heat. And so this double layer will prevent some of that heat from penetrating the glove. Okay, it says double layered insulated palm and back. Premium pig grain leather provides extreme durability and protection. And this is interesting here. It is sewn with 100% Kevlar thread. So you can see the stitching on the palm area, on the fingers. And they are saying that every bit of stitching on this is Kevlar. Another thing I noticed is two different types of material. On the palm finger side, you have true leather, and then on the back side, you have more of a suede type feel to it. So I've never really had a really good heavy-duty set of welding gloves. I've always just gotten the cheap ones. You know, that you'll run through them and they don't last very long. These are supposed to be the top-notch gloves, so I'm really interested to try these out and see how they work. And hopefully they'll last me a long time. What I will say is that this is a size large, and it fits very tight on my hand. So if you're going to buy a pair, just be aware that they are really snug, and I probably do just need to break these in. This is the right size for me, but I generally wear like a medium. Is typically the size that I would get, and this large is it fits me just right. So you may need to buy a size up if you're looking at getting a pair of these gloves, and they're very, very thick. I mean, you could just feel the insulation when you put your hand in them. You can feel the insulation, and it's so thick it's almost a little tough to move your fingers. which at first is not great, because when you got to pull the trigger on the MIG weld, or the MIG gun. You want your dexterity to be able to use, but you also don't want to get your hand burned. But what I think is, as I use this over time, I'm hoping that this will break in and it'll free it up and it'll be a lot easier to use. But very, very thick. It seems to be very high quality material and very durable. I hope that it lives up to what it says. I'm happy I got a set. I am a big Miller fan, but I also know that just because you're good at building one product doesn't mean you're good at building the other products that you sell. So hopefully their gloves will make the cut. I am a fan of the welders. I think they're well designed. They work well. It's my preference on welders. I also like their helmets a lot. Their helmets are really well built, durable, and innovative. So I hope the gloves will match. We'll see. All right, next up is the grand finale here. So you might be wondering what this is. It's a big green box, and right off the bat you can see it's Metabo. And I'm a big fan of Metabo. I have Metabo products. Not a lot of them because they are expensive, but the ones that I do have, I really, really like. And what Metabo is really known for are their angle grinders. That's what they are known for. They have the best, or one of the best angle grinders on the market. They are pricey, but they're bulletproof. They last a long time. They're made for tough conditions, and they're also very innovative. They're doing things that other companies are just not doing. For instance, this corded angle grinder here, it's got a dead man switch. It's got a vibration resistant handle. It has a 6-inch disc capacity. But there's two reasons why I liked this angle grinder specifically. The first one is you don't have to use any tools to take off the blade. You simply push in the lock and you loosen it up, and the nut you can take off with your finger. So just like that. Now if you look close, this nut has 2 pins in it. And what those 2 pins do is they kind of they guide the nut on the shaft here, and they hold it steady so that you can lock the pin in place. And on this shaft, it's got 2 indentions where those pins fit. So I really hate being in the middle of a job and then you got to go find your tool to change out your blade. And so this really makes it easy. The other reason why I bought this was because it has a brake inside of the head of the grinder. And how that works, it's clutch operated. It's got some kind of clutch mechanism inside the head, and whenever you let go of the power switch, it actually breaks the disc. It'll stop the disc in place. And the reason why I like that so much is because I do a lot of cutting with my angle grinders, and when I'm using a cutting disc, the cutting disc is very thin and it's very fragile. And whenever you let off of the switch, off the power, the disc will continue to spin, and you really can't set the grinder down until that disc is done spinning, because you don't want to risk that disc being caught on the table or the floor or wherever and then breaking on you. And it's also kind of a safety hazard as well. So you want to wait till the blade is done spinning, and then after that you will usually put the angle grinder down. Also, you want to wait till the blade is done spinning before you start another cut. So sometimes you'll get going and you'll be making a cut, and then when you come off of it, the blade is still spinning, and you want to move on to the next cut. So you're sitting here ready to go, and the blade is just sitting there going, and then you're waiting until it stops. Once it stops, then you go into doing your second cut. So that's kind of a pain as well. With having the brake in place, whenever you let off, it's not instantaneous, but it's pretty quick. The blade will just stop spinning and you can move on to your next operation. It's very efficient. You don't have to sit there and wait on it. That's the main reason why I bought this model of angle grinder. Another thing is that these have overload protection. Sometimes when you're grinding or you're just getting into it and you don't really realize how much you're putting on the tool, if it starts to overheat, it will actually shut down. These are built with that protection. They'll shut down until they're cool. Once they're cool, then you can start using them again, and that protects the motor and the electronics that are inside of the body. So with that, that's just a long explanation of why I'm a fan of Metabo. So let's get into my newest Metabo in the shop. So although Metabo is known for the angle grinders, they make a lot of other products. They make drills, they make hammer drills, they make screw guns, cordless and corded. They make specialized material. They have some specialized grinders that have short necks and long necks. They have specialized blenders and finishers. So they have a wide range of products, but if I had to say their core business, I would say it would be angle grinders. So with that, like I said, and with angle grinders, they're making huge innovations within that market. And with angle grinders, they're making huge innovations in that market, and they're really just leaving the competition behind. And so that's why I got me another angle grinder, or why my wife got me another angle grinder, because she knows how much I love them, she knows how much I love the product, and she knows how bad I wanted this. And so this was the right opportunity to spend the kind of money to get me one of these. So what is it? It's another angle grinder, but this is a cordless angle grinder, and it is the first one of its kind. So let's get into it, and I'll talk about why it is the first one of its kind. Okay, let's get into this thing. Can you feel the excitement? All right, so what do we have here? We have the handle. What I can say about this, though, is it's not quite as advanced as the other one. So here's the handle off of my corded angle grinder, and you see it's got this vibration bushing in here, and you can just see there's a little bit more care taken with it. It looks to be a little bit more durable, and this is just extruded plastic, hollowed out. It's not very heavy. I think, it'll do the job just fine, but you can just see there's a lot more care taken in this one than there is with this. Okay, here's the extra battery and the charger. Now, what's unique about this is this is their first cordless battery to be 18 volt, 5.2 AH. I don't really know what all that means. I just know it's more power, right? And we all love more power. So that's what's unique about this battery pack here. That fits in place like so. So while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and plug this thing up so I can have a fresh battery. Okay. Now to the meat. We have the cordless angle grinder here. You can see that it comes with this cover. Let's see if we can take that off. So just like that. I don't know. This is the first time I've seen a cover like this, so I don't know how useful it's going to be. I'll have to see how much I like this. But it is nice, it's well built, it's thick, and it's just an extra guard for added protection. So we'll give it a shot and see how that works. Then you have this 6-inch capacity here. You can put a 6-inch disc in this, and this is also new, and I think it's because the power source is able to power the 6 inches here. And prior to this, you just couldn't power. You just didn't have enough power in a cordless grinder to be able to handle a 6-inch disc. So now they do, and they've stepped it up to the 6-inch. Prior to this, they had 4.5, and I think they even had a 5, but they've never had a 6-inch disc. Another thing I like about this is the battery you can turn. You can turn it in the direction that you need it and get it out of your way. And this is good as a counterbalance. If you want to balance the tool a little better, and it's also good if you're trying to get into a tight space and it's blocking you. You can just turn it and it'll help you get into that tight space a little bit better. Another thing is this dust cover right here. So they know that these things are going to be used in a pretty heavy duty environment, pretty dirty environment, and so they give you this dust cover to protect the intake. Also, if you do start to overload it, they have a red light here that flashes. The red light will flash and let you know that it's getting overloaded, and I believe it will actually shut it down. If it gets too hot, it'll shut it down before it does too much serious damage. You have a button here to see how much battery power you have. So this battery is pretty low. Looks like we got about 1.5 bars there. The other thing I like is the guard. So the guard, you can move the guard around without taking it off, and it kind of locks in place. But then you give it a little bump and you can just put it where you want. And it's got that lever action there, and so it won't go back. You can lift this up and move it, but it just locks in place just like that. So that's also a pretty nice feature. What I don't like right off the bat is I need a tool. Here's my tool, and got to use the tool to get this off. Now I do believe they make a quick release nut for this, so I'm going to look into that and see if I can get a quick release nut for this. And also, what I really like about this this grinder is the switch. What I don't like about my other grinder, my corded grinder, is it has a dead man switch on it, which is a safety feature, but there is no way to lock it in place. I cannot lock the grinder in the on position. However, this one, it does lock in the on position. So you push up and it's on. And if you want to lock it, you push up and down. So just like that, and you can lock it in the on position. That's really nice because whenever I'm cutting and I'm trying to cut a straight line, I really want to be steady. I don't want to be worried about the trigger. I just want to be worried about how steady my motions are to make a straight cut. And being able to lock this in the on position is really going to help me there. Also, when you're grinding, sometimes if you're doing a big grinding job, you don't want to have your hand always on the deadlock position. You want to be able to move it in a comfortable position where you can just keep grinding without fatigue to your hand. So I'm really glad I have that feature on here. All right, well that is my Metabo cordless angle grinder. So I would say that this is a happy father, and I want to thank my family for my new gift, my new toy, and let's see how it works.
what's the purpose of a father? Shit, I'm doing pretty good without mine. I even grew to be a man while he was serving his time. So what's the use of it? I had to pop dukes in my moms. I mean, hey, I don't care about you missing some graduations. Thanksgiving, Christmas is every concert I played it. No father figures, just bigger sisters to raise them. Sending jail pictures to get a look at your face, man. These are moments pictures ain't replacing. Love me all my life, but you'll never find your way in. How could you love someone that you were never there for? Therefore, my lack of love won't let me feel yours. And I'm reminded every Father's Day. Years of birthdays, you never sent a call my way. Years I needed male advice and you were gone away. Have faith, God is your father, that's what my mom would say. But sometimes I really wish I grew to know and love the reason I exist. Cause on the real ain't nothing that I wouldn't give just to be with you. I think I need a therapist and shit. But sometimes I really wish you taught me how to ride a bike and how to drive a whip. That's part of the reason that I still can't do the ish. Because I needed the Nah, I don't care about all that. I become a master at ignoring my own past. Blow grass, cipher with the phonies, go home. Mama compare me to the men and I'm embarrassed to call dad. I'll be high in my jeans so I see why. 3rd grade, you got out. Bow ties, bean pies, reppin' a new movement. Told me that I shouldn't do music. No fast food, no red meat. I'm back now, get used to it. You weren't packing 4 bags and moving in the shelters. No support, she was by herself and nobody helped her. So I don't wanna read your pamphlets or messages. How you getting married to a tramp in Connecticut when the wedding is? How rap is irrelevant and how you won't claim Ebony cause she's a lesbian. I blame you for keeping us from each other and me not knowing my sister well enough to say I love her. But sometimes I really wish you were around to raise me and my bigger sissy. We tried chatting but it doesn't really click cause we need a I think I need a therapist and shit. But sometimes I really wish you taught me how to ride a bike and how to drive a whip. That's part of the reason that I still can't do the ish. Because I needed the
Well, there you go. That's my Father's Day haul. I would say I'm a happy father. I'm going to use this for a few weeks and do a good review on it and just see how I like it, how it lasts. I can definitely feel that the power of the corded grinder is not there. So this thing, you can give it all you got and it just will not stop. It just keeps going and it keeps going and it just seems like nothing really bogs this down. On the other hand, this does, you can bog this one down, which is to be expected. It's a battery pack. It's not endless. It's not an endless supply of power. So I could feel the power difference, but I think it's going to do what I need. I need a tool that I can go to and just pick up and then use and cut a piece off there, grind a piece here. That doesn't take a lot of time, and that's what this is going to be used for. If I've really got to do some serious cutting or grinding, then I'll go to the corded because I know I have endless power. But just the little stuff here and there, I can just pick this up, I can take it wherever I need to, and then go. So that's going to be the benefit here. The other thing I really like about it is the handle grip. On the corded, you got this big giant chunk right here, and I've got little girl hands, so it doesn't fit my hand too well. It takes everything I have to put my hand all over this and be able to control it. With this, I can put my hand almost completely around it. So it's got a nice slender body to it so that I can really get a good grip on it and control the movement and make those fine adjustments like I need. So for all the girl hands out there, this is the way to go. Okay, well, thanks for joining me on this Father's Day weekend. I hope you are blessed with a great family such as I am, and I hope you had a great Father's Day haul, and I wish you happy Father's Day to all the Fabrication Nation out there.